Okay, so I always do that okay so thing, but anyway, not always, just most of the time. Anyway, I really hate walking through soybeans in the morning. You just get soaking wet. We've got a nice amount of rain here, about 3 inches, 2 and 3/4 to 3 inches, depending on whose rain gauge you look at. And like I said in earlier video, that these beans would just start to grow again. And you can see that these are drought impacted. You can see a line out there. I don't know if you can or cannot, but you can look. Those beans were dead, dropping their leaves, and now they're springing back to life. These beans here that I'm getting sopping wet. Oh, Jesus. I should have put plastic pants on. I don't have plastic pants. I need pleather pants. Look at this. Jeez. Which is a good thing to have. Now, you notice this spot here? Like the deer have been eating it. Groundhogs, deer, whatever the heck. I think this is groundhogs. I can almost guarantee it's groundhogs. I know there was rabbits in here, but there's the groundhog trail right there. So that little bastard, he's been out here eating. Anyway, I have not been out here in a while. Like weeks. 2 weeks at least. Last time I was out here, I'm going to have to find a different route back because I'm not going to be soaking wet. This field here usually gets trimmed off by the deer, and I mean trimmed off. It's not trimmed off anymore. It is protected. You can see the ash trees there dying, dead. They're dying and dead because of the emerald ash borer. Thank you, China. These are walnuts. But anyway, this is protected. You know, the sun comes up, protects the beans. As you get out beyond, you can see that it's yellowing out there. These beans are up to my belly button, almost. Now maybe up to my belt buckle. Pods to the top. See them all down in there? See them all down in there? Now they're not going to be that good out in the middle because that's not protected. And I'm sure over the corner over there, if it was drier, I would just walk out there, but well, I might be able to do it this way. Jimson weed here for all you dummies that want to kill yourselves trying to smoke that stuff. That's poisonous, by the way. Highly poisonous. 1 puff you're high, 2 puffs you die. That's the rule of thumb with that crap. A few years back, there was kids going out in the fields. Some jackass put it on like the High Times that you could get high from that stuff free. So they killed a bunch of kids smoking that stuff. Don't do that. It's dumb. Dumb. I mean, doing drugs is stupid anyway, but that's dumb. But you get up in there, those beans are only 2 feet tall. That's it. 2 feet tall, and half the pods are dried up and flat, so they're junk. Got a groundhog there. It's going to be a harvest, you know. I was actually considering purchasing a new a new to me combine about 2 months ago. Like, I got 1,100 acres of grain. I'm going to have to really get into these, you know, when it's time to harvest, it's time to harvest. The problem is that the row crop's dried up. I'm not going to have that 150, 60, 70 bushel corn yield. I'm going to have 100, I'd say, I probably only average somewhere around 100, 120. In that, but I don't know. I got some that's close to 200 bushel range on several farms, and now that it's got some rain, that is going to increase that kernel depth, and hopefully it gets it where it needs to go. But yeah, this field here, this field and that field, I have never had success in these fields with soybeans. We planted them so that the deer would eat them and then leave the 2 better fields alone, and the fields that are on over there, so it would leave them alone. Now, I think these are just in the reproductive stage. I don't think they're going to rebloom. A lot of times they will, but these are the first beans that I planted, and I think I planted these on like May 1st or something like that, but whatever. We planted them. They're here. They're growing. They're filling. Damn spotted lanternfly there. Birds are eating the hell out of them things, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so we'll see what it is. That's all. We'll see what it is. I'm going to shut up because I've probably wasted a bunch of your time if you're even watching this. You know, most people don't want to see my crop reports. I try to be as accurate as possible with, you know, the good and the bad and the ugly. I do have some ugly, and I haven't shown the ugly, but I probably am going to show the ugly. But I got Messick's coming out today to get a parts list together and an assessment of the parts list together on that baler so we can get that thing back in the field. Yeah, buddy. So yeah, this is a dry spot because of the walnut trees. You know, black walnut, not English. There's a difference. English walnut is a real pretty wood though. Black walnut is darker, whereas English is more of a honey color. Pretty though, real pretty. Anyway, whatever. I'll shut up. Let's see what we can come up with. Yeah. This is what it looks like going in here. This is a DeKalb variety. DeKalb. Wow. I think DeKalb is going to be the winner for us this year. Again, this is all no-till through that grass. I do have some grass coming up in there. Nothing that's going to amount to anything. It's got a good enough canopy on it. I'm just wondering, did I have to respray this? I don't remember if I did or didn't. I think I did. Anyway, yeah. Do have some deficiency, you know, some deficiencies because of the drought. You'll have spindly little ears like this, you know, that are coupled with that. This looks like there's a nitrogen problem, which could be a compaction issue because that's the way in is right here. Could be compaction. I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to talk my way through what I'm looking at here. But for the most part, you know, you'll get this stuff here. These little spindly things. That's deer damage, believe it or not. And then you get a pretty good size ear. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one here. I'm gonna pull that ear, and it's pretty representative of the other ears that are here. And I'm just gonna take it back to the truck and get my wife to shuck it out. You know, fairly representative of the ears that are here. See that? That's from drought. That's a drought stress. Was unable to pull the nitrogen up to the plant. But now, we've had about 3 inches of rain. It's nice and moist in there. I just kicked that open. I'm hoping, I mean, you can see that the lower leaves are just a little bit dead. But for the most part, it looks really good. But yeah, we got good moisture. And hopefully this stuff just deteriorates and rots up. In the process of purchasing a vertical tillage machine. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So there's 12 rows between here and the truck. So, but yeah, so fairly representative, I'd say, of these. Of course, you get the smaller ones, but such is life. I'm pretty pleased with what we're getting here. For what this corn has gone through, look at this guy. He's got 3 full ears on him. Definitely. Yeah, there's corn in there. There's 3 ears on that sucker. Same with that one. Anyway. Hey, love, you want to husk this sucker out? Yeah, you got to get out. You got to get out. We did get some gas cans filled up because we're always low. Okay.
Are you full? Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Looks like it.
Oh my goodness. It's a big fat one.
I think it's pretty common in there.
That's what she said.
It's good.
This is what you're gonna say. It's the girth. Oh, it's a big one.
You have to turn everything sexual.
No.
You do. It's like, oh yeah. You know, there's a reason there's 50 million Chinamen running around.
Now you got me all embarrassed, you.
So we may as well take a count on a row. 16. Kernel depth, I don't know. About 36.
Yeah, that's what I got
16
too.
by 36. So that's what we got off of that ear yesterday too. So they're pretty uniform.
Yeah, they're pretty. That's about right.
But we just got that 3 inches of rain, so this is going to fill in real nice. Let's go ahead and break it. Looks like
nice.
It's a red variety. So they don't look like they're very deep, but they're filling now. So actually, this one here I'm pretty impressed with. I think DeKalb, whatever you want to call it, is going to be the winner for us this year. Didn't grow any Pioneer seed. I would like to, but the DeKalb seemed to have good vigor and a good, just a really good emergence, and it could take the growing up through the hay crop, and it just had a really good population. It just did really pretty well. Now we don't know until we harvest what it's going to look like as far as that's concerned, because we just don't know. We don't know if it's going to be a high moisture, whether it's going to dry down good, whether it has good kernel depth, or whether, you know, and these are all things because we've had this drought year. We don't know. We don't know what it's going to be. I could get into, you know, from what I'm seeing here, it's all about the same, this whole entire farm. And when a month and a half ago, I was like, boy, did I screw up. You know, I was really kind of worried I had screwed up, but I didn't screw up. I actually tried something different. Expected, you know, I expected a little better results, but when it dried up, I was like disappointed in my whole existence, and now I'm not disappointed at all, because this was no-till, and there's some people in the area that did full till, and there's people in the area that did no-till, and other than my population issues, I think this corn looks better than most. Would you agree, Teresa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, tilled ground is tilled ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
It dries out faster. It's more hospitable to the crop that you put in there in the beginning. But if you don't continue to get that moisture throughout the summer and the growing season, it dries out. Where this did dry up, but it had enough moisture retention through the grass that we had killed and planted it through to actually make a crop.
They're survivors.
They're survivors.
Watch out.
What am I watching out for?
That car coming.
So anyway, yeah. So that's just my 2 cents on a 3-cent dollar bill, if that makes any sense. Yeah, 2 cents on a 3-cent dollar bill. So yeah, but no, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see. We'll see what's going to go ahead and transpire throughout this season. Beans are looking wonderful now. The corn is looking wonderful again. I mean, it pollinated. We had rain at pollination, which was good. It's fully pollinated. We had dry, and you know, it just sat there. But now we've got the water to fill it, so we're going to actually fill it, and that's gonna make a big difference. It really is.
They're good.
Big difference. What do we got there?
They're still good.
Anyway, yeah, it's going to make a big difference, so I'm going to shut up now. Well, I'm out here I'm on my grandparents' farm, and there's a lot of drought damage here. You know, it's a very disheartening feeling knowing that you've got all this plant matter here, and all this, I mean, those beans are up to my crotch, you know, or deeper. And I'm just not happy with the pod sets on here at all. They're there. I mean, there's pods. They're not filling that great. This drought has really put a damper on the pamper, really, if you want to say that. These were the first beans planted, so they're the worst beans as far as pod sets on them. The later planted stuff weathered the drought better because it was still in its vegetative state, growth state. You know, you get into here and it's just like, what the heck? You see these yellowing leaves here, and they're not insects. That's all from drought. And there's pods there, but, you know, it's all right. I shouldn't complain. I mean, it's just, you can watch a year kick your ass and be like, man, why? Why this year? You know, you get the highest price ever, and, you know, things look good. You do everything right, you know, and, then you look at it and it's like, is it gonna be 30 or 40 bushels instead of 60, 70, 80 bushels? 30 or 40 bushels. But I'm thankful for that anyway. You know, it'll be just fine. I'm gonna get up here where there was rye planted. And we planted through the rye, and there's gonna be a little different story. I'm gonna tell you a little different story here. I think that it's going to be better. I do. So here I am. It was just the end rows, and pretty much more of the same. More of the same. Same shit, different spot. Is what it is though. So these are just checks that I'm doing. I don't know what the year is gonna end like, but we'll see. So do you think our corn is like prize winning corn? This is the worst corn that we have, correct?
Yes, that's the worst.
This is like, we're debating whether we're going to run the grain platform over it or whether we are going to use a corn head and just deal with the loss in the head. Because there are some ears, I'm not showing it, but I will tell you this. When I planted that across the road here, and I'm going to show you in a second, when I planted that, it got cold and wet and just didn't emerge very well, and then it struggled to come up through the grass. It struggled and struggled and struggled. But the guy across the road here, he did a better job than me of getting it planted. Except his burned up. So what he did was he had rye planted there, and he killed the rye off when it wasn't, I don't think it was heading out, but he killed the rye off and then planted the corn. So the rye was dead, but over there's probably 25 to 30 bushels to the acre there. Over here, you'd be hard pressed to even find an ear. It didn't even tassel.
No.
There's a tassel here and there, but for the most part, it didn't tassel at all.
It's cooked.
It's here too. And he's actually a cousin of mine that grows that over there. My dad farmed that when I was a kid. And a few months, maybe a year ago, I posted pictures of me, my sisters being held by my dad, and it was taken in that field right there. But
the one on Instagram?
Yes, those pictures when I was a kid.
Those.
That was right here in this field.
Oh, I see. Cool.
So we farmed it. My dad quit farming it because somebody outbid him, and then they promptly went out of business, and then another guy did it. But that tasseled at least, or tousled, or whatever the hell, I don't know, you guys confuse the shit out of me, what you want to call it. But yeah, and his is cooked. It's terrible, 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 terrible. But I've actually got some ears in there. There's ears in there.
This is a better field than over there.
Yeah, these are better.
This is a better one.
So anyway, just a road and the different farming practices, and they're all different fields. Same thing. His is cooked. Then we'll go up here and we'll look in through those bushes. You can't see them too well. This is a lousy video. This is the USDA's official report on the crop report. Here, it's disgusting. What do you think, Mom? Do you think it's disgusting?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're just going to go ahead and take a bigger peek at it. The population on it wasn't terrible. There are ears there.
But they're not cooked.
They're not, well, they're not cooked per se.
Per se.
Still trash.
Yes.
Still trash. This is mine. What do we got here? An electric bicycle. Look at that son of a bitch.
That's a lazy way of
That guy,
riding them.
yeah, we should go stop him and say, hey, you know, you'd lose weight faster if you pedaled.
You're right.
Are we bad or what?
You're bad.
You?
You're the one who said it. I didn't say that.
That's more corn in there. It's awful. It's awful. This is my worst farm. I show the good, the bad, and the ugly, but mine is bad and ugly, but so is that. That's another farmer there. Yeah, his beans, the deer and the drought have just decimated his crop. You'd be lucky to get 10 or 12 bushels. And then there's corn back there. That's a friend of mine. She had somebody else put that in. I didn't put it in. I offered to put it in for her, but she had somebody else put it in, and it actually looks pretty good. And then if you go up the road a little bit, then it's back to the guy that I showed you his corn. These are his soybeans.
Not bad.
They're not bad compared to what the stuff on the corner was. Like I said, this is the official USDA crop report. Those are at least 120 bushel soybeans in that corn that I showed you without the ears. That's going to be at least 240 bushels to the acre. It has to be. You know, it has to be 240 bushels to the acre. Because, you know, the USDA, they're awesome at how they do their crop reports. But anyway, so we got a fat guy on an electric bike, and we got a skinny guy on a pedal bike. So that'll show you right then and there. Skinny guy, pedal bike. Fat guy, electric bike. But that electric bike sure did look like it was fun though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we could get into trouble. I want to catch up to, the guy's going like 45 miles an hour. I mean, it's like a moped. And they're not supposed to go that fast. I'm going to find out what model that is, because I want one. That dude freaking left us in the dirt.
They left us already.
Well, I'm going 45 mile an hour now, and I ain't catching him. I thought I'd run him over. So the farther up we go up this road, the more, the deeper the soil is. Is he even on this road anymore?
Probably not. Probably might make a left or something.
No.
It's not a bad corn right here.
Yeah, this is my corn here. It's not great, but it's not bad. Lime, compost, you know, the whole drill. Where is that dude? Oh, come on. He did not.
Maybe we left somewhere. Tinsman Road, maybe.
He didn't go down Tinsman Road. I looked. Nope, there he is.
Oh, wow. He's still there. Okay, well, we're gonna have to push
That's
the
my
pedal.
corn. That don't look terrible. Don't look terrible.
They're okay.
Okay,
nice.
not great. That's my corn there. It looks terrible here because I had mouse damage, but that up there, not terrible. Actually, there's 11 acres there. It looks pretty okay. Anyway, I'm done.